85,
90.
90, 95.
We're playing for keeps. We're on the market. Stay strong, sir. Sold! Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 1st of July. My name's Philip Kingston.
And I'm Joel Sir.
And Joel, always great to have you on the show. You're a very solid anchor, and I mean that not just in the physical sense, although viewers, these are the biggest guns you can ever feel in your life, but in the sense that you're ever reliable and you are one of the solid mainstays of Gary Peer & Associates. And you've had some exciting news across the weekend, which we will not talk about on GPTV, but if you are a friend of Joel's, just reach out because good news is always greatly received. 1st of July.
1st of July, where's the year gone?
What's going on? New financial year. Quick shout out to all of those people that achieved their goals up until the 30th of June, and to those that didn't, just press the reset button today. So how was your financial year? Did you tick a few boxes?
Yes, it was busy. I think the team were busy. We had a good 6 months, bit seasonal. April was a bit quiet.
Yep.
And really looking forward to the August, September.
Look, I think my prediction, we've been saying this on GPTV for most of the year, that the market is poised for improvement, and there is no question in our mind that the next financial year is going to be a better year for all. But for the property industry, the green shoots are shooting. Gary Peer & Associates had a major weekend. What were our results across the weekend?
We sold 14 out of 15, which is a 93% clearance rate.
Well, you round it up, it's 100%, but accurately speaking, it's 93%.
And we've done that each week as well, I think, for the last 4 weeks.
It's been amazing. In fact, if we go back kind of 12 weeks, we've been tracking at 80+%, and there's a sign in that. What was the industry?
69%.
Yes, so again, the team at Gary Peer & Associates has smashed the industry. Those towers go up and now they come down. Tell me, we were talking off camera about this is a tale of many different market segments. And if you think about it, we sell between 300,000 and 10 million and everything in between. But we're talking about family homes. What's your view of the family home market?
Family homes, I would say there's definitely demand for them.
Yes.
So on the weekend, we sold a number of them, which we'll discuss shortly.
Yes.
But, I think our average buyer across all of them was about 3 or 4 people bidding for them.
Which is really showing some market depth. Now, when we talk about family homes in our market, and really, if you think about our market stretching from St Kilda through Caulfield, Carnegie, Murrumbeena and Bentley, we're finding that the family home market is now that $2.5 to $4.5 million range. And if you're watching this show and you're watching from Wagga Wagga or Cootamundra, you probably think that's outrageously high. But $2.5 to $4.5 million is where the activity is. And across the weekend, we had 3 sales in that price range. In fact, 4 sales. Wilkes Avenue, Northcote Avenue, Maxwell Grove,
and
Leeburn Avenue. So all 4 properties were sold this week. Wilkes was the culmination of quite a number of weeks of work, but the 3 sales, Northcote, Leeburn, Maxwell, were all sold within their campaign time and all sold either under the hammer or immediately passed in and negotiated. So viewers, if you're watching, and clearly you are watching because this is one of Melbourne's highest rating shows, if you've got a house between 3 and 5 million, we need to hear from you because there is strong activity coming through. Tell us about what's going on in the Sir household. 3 kids are now how old?
So 1, 5 nearly, and 7.
Yeah, so, 1, 5 and 7.
Yeah, busy household, but easy. I think as they go a bit older, they're a lot easier.
Yeah, getting easier. Well, you're really one of the busiest people at GPA, because to having 3 young kids and achieving the sort of levels that of success that you're achieving, I don't know how you do it.
This is where I give my wife a shout out and say I can't do it without her.
I suggest you do right now.
Shout out to Ariella, thank you. Couldn't do it without you.
Yes, without question. But I just want to say to the viewers, one thing that they don't know about you, and I did squeeze your guns, and I mean that in a kind of male-to-male friendly way. But what time do you get up in the morning?
This morning, 4:30.
4:30
But
this
usually
morning.
5 a.m.
So you normally sleep until 5?
I do.
Get up, go to the gym. Yep.
go to the gym, back at 6:30, make the kids lunch boxes, read a bit of the news and start my day.
Yeah. So what time do you go to bed at night?
10:30.
Yep. Okay. So you're still getting your 7 hours, 6.5, 7.5 hours. But you are a machine because you're achieving incredible things in your work life. But that is one busy home that you have. Speaking of busy, let's talk about some of the sales across the weekend, shall we? So, Joel, I want to dig a little bit deeper into this family home story. Let's start with talking about Maxwell Grove. First of all, we'll get it up on screen. Let's just talk through this property and why you think there was so much demand.
Maxwell, firstly, it's 1,030 square metres,
bigger
which
block of
is
land than
hard
usual.
to come by. North-facing rear garden, Selwyn Blackstone home, which he definitely puts his stamp on it.
Yes.
4 bedrooms, beautiful, spacious, move straight in. Nothing quite like it.
So I want to pick you up on that point. Move straight in, the turnkey house. Those are the ones that are in demand, aren't they? Because people are still wary about building cost, still wary about buying a block of land and going through that whole process. But that really was the perfect turnkey house.
Correct.
And a shout out to Selwyn Blackstone, the architect, who is still practicing, just did an amazing job, and our vendors reluctantly moved on. They understood that it was their time, but they're now downsized or right-sized into something else. Let's move from Maxwell Grove to Northcote Avenue because those two houses are similar levels of accommodation. Talk us through Northcote, why that was so popular.
Northcote, again, beautiful family home, double story, great for anyone who's looking to upsize and stay within the area.
Yep.
We ended up selling that one. We can't say the price, but a little bit over the top of the range.
So Maxwell sold well in excess of the quote range. Northcote sold in top of over the quote range. Now let's move through to Leeburn, which was really a standout, amazing result. Talk me through that house.
Leeburn, single level, which there's still quite a demand, having sold, I think, Halstead last week as well, another single level home that did quite well. We had a number of people bidding on that. I think it was a bit over 600 square metres.
Yes.
Moved straight into it, really large living spaces, low maintenance. And, you know, for the area, I think we knocked it out of the park. It was a great result for them.
We certainly repriced houses off the strength of Leeburn Avenue. But again, the right sizer market is a very powerful market because generally when we're talking about the right sizes, we're talking about 60 years of age plus. We really had three buyers in that demographic that were all chasing that house, and it became a bidding war out of those two. And if you think about it, they again can move straight into that house. So we are finding, viewers, that houses that you don't need to spend a cent on can move straight in, are doing really well. And then of course the big one in Wilkes Avenue.
Wilkes, yes.
So it took us a few weeks longer to get that one over the line, but shout out to Leon Guzenfitter and his team who've done an amazing job. Joel, notable sale that you were highly involved with across the weekend also was number 25A Alfada Street. Now, this, I think, shows how well the market's starting to perform.
Definitely. It was a home that's been really looked after by the current owners. They've been there for 5 years, so not a brand new townhouse. North-facing rear, 4 bedrooms with a bedroom downstairs. That one we had 3 bidders on the weekend, and it was an incredible crowd.
But we had 3 bidders, sold over the top of the range.
Correct.
Now, it was 5 years old, looked and felt like it was brand new because the owners really did look after it. But I think that really also helps us define the fact that the market is starting to move, because traditionally those townhouses in that price range, we've always sold them well, but with one buyer, maybe a second.
There's definitely demand for them.
3 people bidding, a crowd of about 100 people there. Very exciting to see that sort of stuff start to happen. Now, want to talk about where is Gary and where are the directors of Gary Peer and Associates right as we speak. Any idea geographically where they are?
I think they're in Japan.
Japan. Now, they're on a real estate conference.
They are.
In Japan, fully audited real estate conference. So there's a lot going on that. So Jeremy has gone, Leon has gone, Leor has gone. So they're going to do some learnings. Having said that, one of the first items of business or on the agenda of their Japanese tour is this. So can you just tell me and the viewers what that has to do with learning about real estate?
I think it teaches them to be better drivers so they're on time for the next open.
Yes, excellent. That's give me another shot.
Yeah.
So being better drivers, be more punctual.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. Teaches them to drive on the right side of the road.
Okay. Yeah. That's your best shot.
Yeah. And I think that's all I got.
And I'm struggling here. I'm suggesting maybe that it's an understanding of how a well laid out city performs so that they can bring town planning expertise back. And being in one of those low carts, you really do get a sense of understanding of a city. Other than that, viewers, I'm not sure what the key learnings are. So I will be interested in having long chats with them about how this has added value to our business. And given the fact that I'm the partner to those people, part of my profits, if there are any left, go to them doing that. So crazy stuff. Let's talk about the month of July, because July is one of the quietest months in the real estate calendar in Melbourne. What do you see happening in July? Not a lot by the looks of things.
Not a lot in July. The phone still is ringing, so we still do need lots of stock for August, September.
Yes. So let me ask you the question. If somebody rings you today saying, I want to get my house on the market, when's it going to be on?
It'll be on, I recommend selling them just after school holidays, so mid-July for late August.
Yep, so there is a window, school holidays finishing, then August. Then we've got more school holidays. We've got the grand final. We're starting to talk about the end of the year. So if you do ring and understand that we are absolutely looking for great properties across apartments, houses, everything, but we're now heading towards December, bizarre as that might be. Let's talk about the auctions coming up this weekend, Joel, of which there are not a lot. So, Joel, with the start of the school holidays this weekend, and I know that you're going away somewhere gorgeous, we've only got 4 auctions this weekend, 4 on Saturday. Let's talk about those. So first up, we have apartment number 15 at 40 Kunang Road on Saturday, where Dizzy Wang has been handling that property. Graham Callan is the auctioneer. Tell us about that.
So 15 at 40 Kunang Road, right next to the Gary Pier office there. So we will hand deliver the keys for you. Really good area. We had our work social trivia night during the week. Really happening place. Hard to get a car space around there in the evening when it's all going off.
We love Kunang Road. That's at 10:30 Saturday morning. We move on at 10:30 also. 2 auctions at 10:30 where Simon Radolnik has got auction honours at 100 Glen Huntly Road, Elwood.
Yep, really good apartment, 2 bedrooms. That's also got a nice courtyard as well, which we always know are in demand.
Being handled by Mark Kirkham and Adi Ignatius, who both of whom are doing a fabulous job. On Saturday at 12:30, we've got apartment number 4 at 7 Huntley Street in Glen Huntly.
Yep, Mark Kirkham again. That's a nice, neat 2-bedroom apartment, really good for first-home buyers getting into the market.
Simon Radolnik is going to be busy. That's his second auction for Saturday. And then we close out the day and we close out the weekend, which shows how quiet July can be. Apartment number 1206 at 16 Whale Street in Carnegie. Graham Callan has been handling and auction honours.
So 3-bedroom apartment, elevated, nice terrace as well. So non-obstructive views. I think they'll go well.
It should. And Graham is the king of that block, doing an amazing job. Joel, just want to feature a property that we've got going to auction, not this weekend, but the following weekend in Murrumbeena. This looks like an amazing opportunity. Tell us about this. 49
Kinloch Avenue in Murrumbeena. Firstly, it's in the McKinnon School Zone, which we know is very, very popular. Nice livable home, 585 square metres. So multiple options for the lucky buyer.
So that goes to auction not this weekend, but the following weekend, Saturday the 12th of July at 11:30. Christian de Freck and Dizzy Wang have had the honours of marketing that property, so that should go well. So with only 4 auctions on the weekend, Melbourne will be very quiet. The school holidays season is upon us, and July is traditionally the quietest real estate month, other than really from Christmas through to end of January. So viewers, stay tuned, hoping to bring you more exciting details about what's going on in the market next week. Certainly green shoots are definitely definitely sprouting, and it's really good to see bidding on so many properties with 3, 4 and 5 bidders. I'm Philip Kingston. Thanks for watching. Have a great week.
I'm Joel Sir. See you next week.